here now with this horse. He loves to get on. So there, all right. But bear in mind, he's done 7 miles going down into town. That's the pace he likes to travel at. Now, the point is, a lot of people have been frightened of that. You know, that he's travelling at that. If I want to stop him, I'd say, well, rub a bit. Just stand there. Could just go, walk, bud. And he'll walk away quietly. Okay, mate, trot again, you good boy. A little trot like that, no trouble at all. But that's the pace he likes. Now we've had other horses here that, you know, all sorts that have just got. Quite often we get like you want to put a team together. You know, someone wants to put a team or a pair or a tandem, kind of that. And you'll find that one horse has got an entirely different pace. What I'm saying by that, it's like the way someone walks. Ordinary person, take 100 people off the street, put them in a straight line inside a warehouse or something, you know, big flat area anyway, and blindfold them and tell them just to walk forward, yeah, 6 foot apart, and tell them to stop. They'll all be in a different place, won't they? It won't be in a straight line anymore. And we forget that when we're trying to put horses together. And so you've always got one horse that if he's slower, but he's not lazy. It's nothing to do with him being lazy. Horse has never pulled a cart in his life. What horse does is, I mean, if he pulled a cart, you tie it on his tail, then he would be pulling it, wouldn't he? But what he does is push a collar along. And people they think you're being silly when you say that. It's not silly at all. If you think about it for 2 minutes, it's a very important thing to know, to understand. If he pushes a collar, so when you get a pair of horses or a team or whatever, if he can't feel any pressure on his collar, then why should he push it? No point, is it? Because you've already been training him as a single. He goes up the road, and when this is rolling along with no weight on it, you don't keep chasing forward to push the collar forward, does he? Which in turn pulls the cart. You don't do that, do you? He just goes along. And every now and again, you know, when you're on the flat, I'll show you up here what I mean. So he's pulling here, you see the traces are tight. Yeah? See the traces are tight. Nice work ethic he's got, this horse, isn't it? The other thing I want to mention in a minute is about his feet, which is very interesting to me. And this is a good thing that we can demonstrate it on. This hill's quite steep, yeah. And also the other thing, the tarmac itself, especially this bit we're coming to, I'm going to bring him out into what I call the tyre line, where it's polished by the road, by the tyres coming. That bit there in the middle there is obviously different, isn't it? But this bit here is polished smooth. Right, so these 2 things I'll talk about now. Steady, my baby boy. Yes, you are, you little rascal. Hey. Good boy. So we're walking along here. So when there is no weight on these shoulders, we're still coming up a little tiny rise. But when we're going down a little tiny slope, you know, a tiny, very gradual slope going down, he doesn't try and find the collar. You know, he doesn't try and find the collar so he can push against it. You see these traces now are floppy a bit, aren't they? As we've come on top. So every now and again, he just touches it. If we start going downhill a little bit, he won't touch it at all, will he? And maybe it's not enough slope going down for him to need his britching, so he's not looking for the britching or the collar. So the consequence of that is that he's just walking along. He's got no weight to push against. So if you put him into a pair, you know, with a mate by the side of him in a team or whatever you're putting together, you've got to think of their pace. So what I do, if I go with somebody that pair of potential horses, 3-year-olds that they're going to break. They want broke for a pair, you know, whatever they're doing. So if you look just up here in a minute, we start going downhill. Very, very slight slope, really going down, ever so slight in front. So you can see here the traces are doing, well, nothing at all really, are they? You know, just touching it occasionally, the collar, so you can feel it on his chest. I thought he was going to be, we just come up just before the hill at the bottom. There was, I was watching what I was doing, but I missed that. There's a big old bloody stone right in the middle of the road, and with his near side 4, he stood on it, and I thought, you know, he's going to feel that, but it's fine. You know, not much you can do if it's dead. They say just push against the sole of their foot. Come on, baby. There's your good little darling. So you can see now the traces are hanging slack. The britching's barely touching him. Yeah. And just going along really nice and sensible. So, there, look, yeah. So the britching's doing nothing, the trace is doing nothing, he's walking. So, a horse by the side of him can create this situation by being on the collar. So then the horse gets branded as being lazy. Where is he lazy? It's the inability of the driver to understand his horses. That's what it is. Not lazy at all. If he can't feel it, he won't do it. Now watch, if I put a brake on, right, there, look, you see? He's pulling now, isn't he? Yeah, and if I put it on harder, he'll still pull. He won't go running off, but he's pulling, look. See me put it on, look, you see him working? You see the difference? Take it off. He carries on walking and these traces will go slack again. So when people say, oh, I've got 2 horses, one of them won't work, he's lazy. You're not lazy. I mean, I'm not saying that it would never be the case, but in majority of cases it's due to the fact that the people don't, I'm not running anybody down, I'm just saying if it, all I've done all my life is horses, and it's always been a, you know, well, a passion really, I suppose. And I could honestly say if I couldn't have the reins in my hand and sit up here, I couldn't see, you know, much future for me at all. Like, I just love what I do, and I'm learning every day, and I want to learn, you know, even I'm getting on in years now, but it's just lovely, isn't it, just to have the privilege of driving these dear little children about, you know what I mean?